Hey everybody, it's Lance with the Ride Lance. And today we're just out cruising, afternoon ride. It's like 80 degrees out. We still getting that warm days, cold days, warm day, cold days. I think the more warmer days are coming. But anyways, what am I riding today? I'm riding the Velotric Nomad 2. Just cruising around my house, around the area, around the park. But today I just want to talk about my videos. And how I'm going to attempt to make them visually better than what I've done. Because I am getting a little tired, and maybe you all are too, because I'm not the only one who does it. It's just the POV riding, you know, GoPro. Just looking over the handlebars and that's it. Little baby geese. See it go slow. See if I can get a good picture of that as we go by. Look at them. Yes, they're going to grow up and be big poopers. But anyways, yes, I'm going to get more involved in the production of these videos. I have more cameras than just the GoPro, so I'm going to be bringing them out and getting different angles just to try and make it more visually appealing for you, and not just to come to see a review video. I'll probably talk about this a few times, but I don't want it to be cookie cutter. I don't want to bring you the same thing that everybody else is bringing you. Brake tests, speed tests, data. Now I do still like talking about the rider experience, because I feel a lot of people don't talk about that. They just talk about the data points. So I want to bring you more of the rider experience. And that's not just from my perspective, but that's being able to show you what's around me, where I'm riding, not just the bike. See, this is the type of view I'm talking about. I just don't want it to be this. Just the GoPro looking over the handlebars. Now this is great sometimes when you want to see what's going on up here, or you want to see what's going on ahead of me. But I want to be able to show you what's going on over there, what's going on over there. Have a camera over there looking back this way at me. I want to be able to bring you all kinds of experiences, not just the bike. So what am I riding today? I think I already told you. The Velotric Nomad 2. And there's a few things I want to talk about this bike. And it's a couple things I think need improving. I'm going to put it over into cadence now. This is something that doesn't need improving. Let's put it down to 1. And that's the handlebar stem. It's an adjustable stem, and I think it's a great idea. But I think they do need a better design, because no matter how hard I tighten it, see that? It still moves. Now I have replaced the handlebars on it for a more straighter bar up higher, but even with the swept back cruiser bars, it was doing the same thing. Probably even worse, because the pressure points down in the bars were more like this. So I may need to get another stem. I did take that one off, but the fork tube is just not long enough. I couldn't stack any risers on it and put a regular handlebar stem on there. So I may need to look into a handlebar stem that can go on that, but is more secure, I guess you could say, where I won't get that movement back and forth. And the other thing I would think they do need to improve on is the Apple Find My. Now, I'm not an Apple user, I'm an Android user. So that's kind of worthless to me. It's a good idea. I like the idea. But if you can't use it, come on. And they've had this out for a few years now, and I know they've heard the comments. So why they didn't fix that on this model, I don't know. I'm sure there's a way to do it and have both of them, you know, give you the choice of Android or Apple. But I do think it's a good idea to have it for tracking. But other than that, like I said, this bike it's still, I still think it's the best cruiser bike out there. Now, I haven't tried every e-bike out there in the world. You know, my experience is only to what I've had, but what I've had so far, this knocks it out of the park. And now that you got the ability to do sensor swapping while you're riding, I mean, you just saw, I just switched from torque to cadence. That's really nice. Now, I know that a lot of people they haven't been complaining, but they're showing a lot of concern. It always happens. Every time a new product comes out, it doesn't matter if you give people exactly what they want. There's a complaint. And this is, they say the battery's too small. And I do agree to an extent. It would have been nice if this came out with a 48 volt, 20 amp hour battery at least. But again, people have to really look about how far they're actually going to ride. I think there's some people who don't even have an e-bike yet, and they won't get an e-bike because they're too concerned that they're not going to be able to ride 30, 40, 50 miles in a ride. Now, you got to ask yourself, are you really going to ride that far in one ride? Or are you just getting this to cruise around the neighborhood, cruise down a bike path like this? Because if that's the case, then you got nothing to worry about. But I think there's, like always, there's creators out there, blog posters, influencers that are just saying these things sometimes for clicks, views, and likes. It's like, come on, just tell the truth. I've got no problem with this. If I was saying I'm going to go, hey, I have a ride today, and it is a 40 or 50 mile ride for sure, then yeah, I might think about like, okay, what's my game plan here? Because I know it probably won't get that. Unless, let's go down the dirt here for a while. Unless I get extra batteries, or I have the place to stop to help charge the battery for a little while, which that would be a very long break. So you can get an extra battery, but it's, do you want to haul that thing around? Because that would add significant weight to your bike. Now, granted, this one here, it's a pretty light bike. It's not a heavy bike, but still. So I think people really need to ask themselves, how far am I really going to ride? Now, I know there are people out there that do long range rides, long distance rides, and they need that. And that would be a concern. And if that's the case, then maybe this is not the bike for you, or you do get that second battery. But with all the bikes I've gotten so far, I've never requested a second battery. Now, I do like, riding a good distance, but my days aren't made up of just long distance riding. I've got too many other things in the oven that I'm trying to accomplish. But e-biking is definitely my escape. When my regular work, or there's just troubles on my mind, e-biking helps me relax. So let's do a little trail riding here. I haven't really taken the Nomad off the road that much yet, because I love it more as a cruiser. Of course, this is just hard pack like dirt road, so it's not really like trail riding. But I really am glad they switched to the RST guide forks and they put a suspension seat post on. It really does make a big difference. You know, in the beginning I was comparing this seat post because it does look like a Sun Tour type seat post. The design looks very similar. But I felt like it was just really stiff and I wasn't getting much. But I can tell you on this stuttering stuff, I am not feeling anything on the seat, which is a good thing. That means it's working. And I didn't have to buy a stiffer spring because I'm a heavier rider. I just adjusted the preload on it though. So I got a new bike that I'm working on the review on. And I'll go ahead and tell you, it's another Pucky Puppy. It's the Labrador. Now you probably heard of that one before, but this is the Labrador Pro. It's a brand new offering from Pucky Puppy. And granted, I've never ridden the regular Labrador. This being the Pro version, I think it's, from what I understand, it's got a little more power. It's a torque sensor, of course, full suspension. And it is, it's a fat tire cruiser, 26-inch, full suspension. It doesn't feel that heavy, even with the battery in it. It's got a 48-volt, 20-amp-hour battery. So I'm anxious to get that out there and see how it does. I'll be doing a few videos on that. One off-road type video because it's marketed as an off-road bike. In the other video, I'm going to put all the accessories on it and do a video as like an urban commuter type bike. And it looks like I got another one coming from Mach Wheel. No worries. And that bike, it's called the Tarmac. And that one is marketed as a urban commuter. And that one is going to have, like this, cadence and torque. But that's really all I know about that. But I hope that cadence torque is also switchable on the fly, just like this one is. Instead of having to stop, pull an app out, change in the app, and get going again. So yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to get more involved in the production of these videos, not just strapping a GoPro to my chest and shooting video looking over the handlebars. For me, it's kind of getting a little boring. I'm sure it probably is for you guys too. But in an attempt to bring the beauty of the places I get to ride, I think I need to get some different angles from the camera. And you saw that kind of in the I think it was 2 videos ago, the video titled Just Ride, where it was just me and the XPeak. I brought some different visuals to it. I brought out a different camera, set it on the side of the trail, and do the ride by and stuff like that. And for me, I think it brings a different depth to the video. And I think it will also be better, you know, for when I do the review videos, because I don't want to be a cookie cutter type review channel, you know, and I don't want to be just a review channel. I like to review the rides, ride different places, and bring that stuff to you. But yeah, I'm getting a little tired of like I say, the cookie cutter reviews. It's not, you go out, you test the speed, you test the acceleration, you test the brakes, you test the hill climbing, and it's just bringing you statistics and stats and stuff like that. I want to be a little more involved. So this next video, this review video, the bike I told you about, I'm going to be doing it similar to the Just Ride video. I'm going to be putting cameras in different places, giving you a different perspective, because even if you're not there to see the video for the review of the bike, maybe you're not really interested in the bike, but you like the visuals, you like just the video itself, and seeing the different areas and different perspectives of the bike as it's performing. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. You know what? Enough talk. Let me take another drink of water, and let's get back on the ride. Let's go. But I just want to get out here for an afternoon ride. I mean, God, it's like 78 degrees. Nice blue sky. Just a little breeze. And just a great day. But I do have the bike pointed towards home, so you know what that means. You have a great day, great ride, great week, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.